Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which will be preached throughout all four corners of this earth and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. Shalom. Hey, shalom, shalom, beloved Akim and Akwath. It's just Bayan back again through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to get into a brief lesson or what have you, before going into the plantation. Talking to this article I came across yesterday. All right. And it evolves around the title, as you can see, the American Dream. And as we know, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is in a position of a great decline. Okay. And from the elite, all right, all the way down to the regular Joe six pack. All right, they're at the stages of their fall, which comes with denial. All right, and they're doing anything and everything to psych themselves out, to think that they're still in the position, um, of the inception of this place. Okay, which brought them to the 1940s and 50s, where they were at the pinnacle of their rulership. All right, the American dream. Hey, through the spirit and power, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Hey, we here to tell you, man. All right, that the American dream is a farce and it's dead. All right, because when you think about what the American dream evolves around, it evolved around you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans being in chains, and shackles and fetters of iron, man. All right, you being under the yoke of your oppressor. Contrary to popular belief, this is what this nigga Trump is talking to when he's talking about MAGA. All right, this is what he's talking to, man. All right, why do you think they're rejoicing in that alligator Alcatraz? You got these Edomites taking pictures with their children and family in front of the detention center, man. That's the same generation, all right, that you can go on Wikipedia right now, right, and you can type in lynchings in America. All right, that's the same bloodline, all right. And I'm speaking as a man, but hey, through the spirit, you Aki Aminakwa for tapped in. You already know what it is, man. All right, we already know after 3 to 4 generations you come back. They are their fathers, man. They're operating under the same spirit. Those are the same spirits that you can look up right now on Wikipedia, standing before Lynch and the Jake, laughing and smiling, all right, and having a barbecue after, and they're making memorabilia out of Jake. These are the same people, man. All right, and that's their definition of the American dream. That's this nigga's definition of MAGA. This is what they want to. This is that. That's the pinnacle of them being in the power seat. You see, but what they forgot was that they were able to do those atrocities to us because at that time, I mean, the Lord's still mad with us now, but He was wroth with us then. You see, and we were in the in the beginning stages of our captivity and the persecution that was written to come upon us, man. You see, that's why when you go to Isaiah, matter of fact, let me get a quick precept real quick before we get into this article. When you go to Isaiah 47, real quick, it says this. The book of Isaiah, chapter 4. And matter of fact, we're gonna be moving around Isaiah 47. But Isaiah 47 and 6, and it says this: I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Now, mind you, this is talking to the daughter of Babylon, right? The daughter of the Chaldeans, America, Babylon the Great. You see? Listen. The Lord gave his people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, into the hands of you Edomites, man. This is why you were able to descend upon the Northern Kingdom in the 1400s and then pursue a triangular slave trade, as well as a sub-Saharan, all right, with the rest of them heathen. That's why that was able to come to pass. Because this is the reason why. I'm going to read it from the top. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy upon, and what do you think is going to come out of that? You receiving no mercy. But look, upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. Okay, and when we go all the way back into Deuteronomy, let me get another quick precept to precept that. When you go to Deuteronomy 28, the Lord told us what? The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 49, and it reads, "The Lord Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth." Okay, then these Edomites, these Europeans, these English, right? These Spaniards come from the east, and they get made their way all the way over there to the west. All right, I believe so, right? And it was all an effort to fulfill biblical prophecy. The Lord said this was going to happen. Look, as swift as the eagle flieth, man. Buzzword, okay? Eagle. We know the eagle is a representation of the self-proclaimed white man, okay? As swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. All right, this is why we're speaking this bastard English, this bastard tongue. You know, you got Northern Kingdom is speaking Spanish. You know, you got Levi speaking French. This is the language of your captives, man. You see, those that have oppressed us, man. Look it, a nation of fierce countenance which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. So when we fast forward right back to Isaiah 47, we know who this is talking to. You see, it will be talking to none other than Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. That's who that's talking to, man. All right, and we're seeing it happen real time. But circling back around to the point, let's go to this article real quick. And shalom to you, beloved Aki Aminakwath on the comment board. Yahweh Bashim Yashai Brakatham. Hey, shalom. Now, real quick. Now, this is from Zero Hedge. This article I came across, right? It's from Zero Hedge. It's dated July 12th, 2025. The title reads, July 4th is behind us. The American dream is not. You see? So you see the stance of these Edomites? You know, in their mind, hey, they still got life left. They still got life left, man. You know, they're psyching themselves out to thinking that they're gonna be able to continue forever because they can feel. Why would they title that this? They can feel it in the air, man. They can feel it, and this very well may be the last 4th of July. You Edomites get the let off fireworks, and you know you Jakes following behind them are able to blow your hands off and or what have you. You know, this very well may be the last 4th of July, man. Because as we can see, prophecy is accelerating. You see, this AI technology, quantum computer reality that this man's trying to bring forth. Hey, this thing is fastly approaching. You know, fastly approaching, man. Hey, the infrastructure is already set up for this 4th industrial revolution that they're trying to bring forth. You know, things are happening and they're happening quick. All right, Jacob's trouble is upon us. You see, so let's go. World War III. Come on, man. It's talking. It's speaking, rather, I should say. Right, let's go ahead. Let's read it from the top here. Another 4th of July has come and gone, and the American experiment continues to face many tests. Amid economic uncertainty and a recent uh, resurgence of socialism, right? We are pushing, the boundaries of what America even means. All right, and when you look into the history of America, it evolves around rape, robbery, and murder. All right, that's what America means. The flag itself is a representation, all right, of the atrocities and persecution and destruction that these people have done to our people, man. That's what that flag represents. You see? Let's continue on. Benjamin Franklin famously refer, preferred a republic if you can keep it. And Benjamin Franklin had slaves. Okay? So you see where they you see where they stand, you know? Benjamin Franklin had slaves, man, showing you that this had nothing to do with you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. These talking points, that the American dream talking point had nothing to do with you, Jake, but they dress it up like it does. Because as a matter of fact, what I did on Chat GPT, I simply typed in the American dream, and it says this: the American dream is a foundational cultural concept in the United States centered around the belief that anyone, regardless of background, class, or origin can achieve success and upward mobility through hard work, determination, and initiative. Yeah, how many generations have they been telling Jake, just tighten up your bootstraps and you can make it? And the Jakes that do so called make it, they got us sailing. You're not sovereign. You don't own resources. You still got to answer to an Edomite in the form of an Amalekite. Okay? The chief house of Esau. Okay? You're not going nowhere fast in the society unless you go through his door, being that the earth has been given to the hand of the wicked. This is why Micah 2:10 says what it says. Arise ye and depart, for this is not our rest, man. It's going to destroy you with the sword of destruction. You see, because all you so-called Jakes that so-called made it, all right, now you regret, okay? Your backside hurts. you know what I'm saying? You got spirits all over you. You always wearing shades because you don't want nobody to see them black eyes, man. All the wickedness you involve yourself in, dealing with evil entering into the path of the wicked like we've been commanded not to, pursuing the Proverbs 4. All right? Yeah, you got all that money, but you're a complete reprobate. You see? And you really ain't resting. Anyways, show and then again, the American dream was a farce because back in back in during the speaking of the July 4th, okay, upon the Declaration of Independence being written, okay, guess what, Jake? You were still a slave at that time. You weren't free. That Declaration of Independence had nothing to do with you. It had everything to do with these Edomites over here, via the 13 colonies, being seeking salvation from the British rule, seeking independence from the British rule. It had nothing to do with you niggas. You niggas went in the background somewhere, picking cotton, looking crazy, okay, being beat to death or dismembered or something like that. Oh, you know what I'm saying? You weren't involved in none of that. You were forced to fight, all right, in these various wars, man. Like you gotta look up this stuff, man. You know, that's why the Lord coins you, Jake, as sardis, stupid children, man, because you don't look things up. But you're there popping fireworks, celebrating, thinking that this is it. Nah, man, this is not it. Yahweh Bashim Shai has a controversy with this place, man. Why you think the prophets have been brought forth and put on mainstream? Why you think this message keeps coming out and it doesn't stop? It's not stopping. It's not gonna stop until the Lord says that's enough. And at that point, all hell's gonna it's over. All right, you ain't gonna be seeing nothing but death and destruction at that point. But anyways, I'm gonna jump back to the article. Let's get a little more. Let's keep reading down a little bit. Where did I leave off? I'm gonna jump right here. Now we go back to our pretty Salakia. Now we go back to our petty squabbles, ready for the next debate on Capitol Hill after the big beautiful bill reached the finish line, right? More and more Americans are pessimistic that we can keep our republic for the next generation, and that's a farce, because as you can see, as Esau in the form of the elite transition into this fourth industrial revolution, your 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 um your rights are being stripped from you. You see, because your constitutional rights are being stripped from you, because ultimately this fourth industrial revolution doesn't evolve around you having anything. As a matter of fact, what's his name? Forgot his name. Was it Carl Schwab or what have you? He said you're gonna own nothing and be happy. That's the reality. They have planned for you people, man. You living in 15-minute cities, looking crazy. All right, you not being able to go where you want to go unless you get clearance from the powers that be. You see, this is the reality, man. All right, this republic is nah, man. This nigga Esau's taking this thing draconian. They want full control. You see, scripture says that they're not satisfied with blood. Okay, evil E's at the point now where he wants your soul, man. Okay, he's locking in. His plan is to take it to the complete next level. Scripture says that he thinks he's God. He's God. You see, doesn't Ezekiel 18 tell us that Yahweh is the father of spirits, man? This is the stance that this nigga is trying to take it. And this is what this NWO has everything to do with. Right? But anyways, let's continue on. More and more Americans are pessimistic that we can keep our republic for the next generation. More people think the U.S. is in a constitutional crisis, which it is, that can, because it's transitioning, right? That believe that democracy still exists. Most are concerned about threats of democracy and political violence in particular, and that's definitely coming. There's gonna be race wars, class wars, sex wars. It's written. All right, there's gonna be a civil unrest. This is the reality, and you people are not ready for that. You people are not ready for what's coming, man. All right, let me jump down. Matter of fact, let me continue on. Right? Perhaps our founding document said it best about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, keeping the flame of freedom alive. And when they talk this freedom, all this freedom talk, they're talking to open rebellion. That's what they're talking about. They're not talking about, because think about it. When you come to Babylon the Great, hey, you can be anything you want, you can do anything you want, you can live anywhere you want, okay, according to the society that Esau has set up. You see? This is why when you go to the book of Jeremiah, let me go get that real quick. What's that? Jeremiah, I think that's Jeremiah 50 in verse 21. I'm gonna go straight to the point. And it reads this. Now, mind you, Jeremiah is 50. This is talking to Babylon. I'm gonna start from the top and jump down as a matter of fact, so we can bring context to it. Jeremiah 50 and 1, and it reads, the word that the Lord Yahweh spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. And this is talking to America. All right, this is not talking to ancient Babylon. This is talking to America. If you can receive it or not. All right, that's the reality of what this is talking to. All right, even some of these Edomite scholars came to that conclusion. Right, but anyways, jumping down to verse 21. Go up against the land of Merathaim, even against it and against the inhabitants of Pekod. Waste and utterly destroy after them, saith the Lord Yahweh, and do according to all that I have commanded thee. And when you tap into this word Merathaim, what you're gonna find out is that it goes into double rebellion, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see something real quick. I gotta pull up this blue letter. I believe it goes into double rebellion, and the root goes into something even deeper than that. But let me show you. Um,
Strong's H 4850. Marah. Marah.
all right, and it goes into Khan, double rebellion. Look, another name for Babylon. And then when you take a glance into modern day Babylon, which is this is talking to, that's why Revelations 11 coins this place spiritual Sodom and Egypt. All right, it is sexual immorality, idolatry. This is the that's the foundation of the society, man. Okay, all you got to do is look around you. That's all you got to do. It's in plain sight, right? Double rebellion, man. All right, this society, this government, this nation stands out above the rest. You know, that's why it's not hard to come to the conclusion that America is the daughter of Babylon. And then when the scriptures go into the context of it, it's clearly this place, bro. All right, now when you go into the root of this word Marithium, it goes into what? Bitter, bitterness, man. Okay, when you go into America, Amar, I believe in Italian, that's bitter. You know, if you can make sense of this through the spirit, you can see it. Hey, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. But this is the reality of it, man. Okay, bitterness, man, is the root of Marithium, which takes you to America, Amar. You know, look, hey, look it up. You see? Now, real quick, I want to get this too. When you get Peacock,
Strong's H 6489. Pekod. Pekod.
It goes into what? Visitation. All right. So this place that's full of rebellion, right? It's been a bit of captivity for us, right? It's gonna be visited, man. And when you get the root word of this, one of the definitions say what? Or one of the biblical usages say to visit upon, punish. Okay, so that visitation is gonna evolve around punishment, man. And this is what this place is awaiting. It's awaiting the punishment that's been written. You see, that's what's coming upon this place. This place is gonna be visited with nothing but pure. Hey, and the Lord's visiting this place, man. Via whirlwind. The horn chimed in. Yo, Aki Yamanakwa, I heard that. The Lord's gonna visit this place through war via World War III and him physically, literally. You see, but he's gonna use World War III as well as a device via Russia, the BRICS nations, and even this place's allies to execute his will. And then he gonna come. Pursuant to Isaiah 47. He's not gonna visit as a man as well. You see? Now let's go here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna leave the article where it's at, because that's pretty much the point. But you see how they're trying to hold on to that American dream? Hey, but they ain't nothing to hold on to, man. The only thing you people gonna be holding on to is an ICBM missile. Let me go back to Isaiah 47 real quick. The book of Isaiah, chapter 47. I'm gonna start from the top, and I'm gonna jump down to my point. Then I'm gonna have to close out. The book of Isaiah, chapter 47, and verse 1, and it reads, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon." If you Google virgin daughter of Babylon, you will find information regarding the virgin daughter of Babylon being America. The AI will even tell you that. You see? Because that's the reality, man. You think we're making this up? Sit on the ground. Now, and that dust represents confusion. And you see, that's the state of all these people at this moment. Everyone outside of this truth is confused. All right? What, back in 2020? Look at all these people back into. Look at the results, okay, of 2020. Of these people that didn't have the wise counsel of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai via the leadership of Great Millstone and that were within that house. Look at them. They either died suddenly, okay, or they're walking around shaking involuntarily, man. Looking crazy as shit. Okay? Yeah, that's the result. Confused. I thought this was gonna help me. I thought this was it. I thought there was a scamdemic. Nope. You fell for the lies and the deception that this nigga always pushed. You see? But the Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the Lord covering us, man. He's giving us the spirit of clarity, man. The Holy Spirit. We can see through the smoke on this guy. You see, in the spirit that the Lord has, in the Holy Spirit, the spirit that the Lord has given us, the Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is gonna get us home. It's gonna get us home, even if we gotta go through the go through the chopping block, man. It don't matter. Salvation is coming through. Salvation is coming through persecution. It's coming through. It's coming through death. It's coming through all that, man. Salvation is coming. What Romans 8 stands on that. Nothing's gonna separate us from our destinated lot. You know, and you gotta understand and believe that. Continuing on, Isaiah 47 from the top. I'm gonna read Isaiah 47 and 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, man. Sit down. You're gonna be brought down. Okay, sit on the ground. There is no throne. Oh, daughter of the Chaldeans, man. You being in the power seat, all right, you being in the position of being the hammer of the earth, you being in the position of calling the shots, you having the last word, all that's coming to an end. Right? For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate, right? Because ultimately 200 million warheads are gonna touch down on this landmass, pursuing the biblical prophecy. You see, the Lord, guess what? The scriptures say, pursuing, I think it's Isaiah 34, the Lord has there's going to be a great sacrifice in Basra, man. Come on, man. Basra being the capital city of Edom, which is symbolically talking about this place. Genesis 36, Esau is Edom. You know, this is it. Jumping down to the point, verse 7, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, right? The mindset of these people, they ain't going nowhere. Esau's mindset, he's lock, stock, and barrel. He's him. And that's where Jake got that from. That whole he, I'm him. Jake got that from Esau. You see, Sirach 10, the way the king is, so other people. You see how Esau moves. Esau moves with that mentality. I'm him. Shit. You see how they talk on the on mainstream media, man, regarding these other nations, man. You know, you see how their stance, their mindset, their speech. They move like they ain't going nowhere. Nothing can move them. And you see, but what are the scriptures saying though? So Isaiah 47 and 7 again from the top. And thou saidest, I should be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart. Right? You didn't lay these things to your mind. What things? The things that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua ordained, man. Okay? Your fate. You see? Look, neither didst remember the latter end of it. You didn't consider that you had a latter end. You didn't consider that there was a visitation set in place for you, man. There was gonna come a time in infamy, man, where you were gonna be visited. And this is where we are. We're in that time. You see? We're in that time, man. And there's nowhere for you to run and there's nowhere for you to hide. The American dream is exactly that. It's a dream. Okay? Because at the end of this thing, you're gonna be eviscerated. This Hey, Salakia. Hey, Salakia. Hey, Salakia Aki Amanakwa, my phone overheated. Hey, Salakia Aki Amanakwa, my phone overheated. Hey, we back. Hey, Salakia. Real quick. Hey, Salakia Aki Amanakwa, my phone overheated. Hey, Salakia Aki Amanakwa, my phone overheated. Hey, Salakia. That was on the moon now. God damn. Let's put that right here. Con. Yeah, we back. Hey, now with that, either way, I'm gonna close out either way, man. I was pretty much done anyway through the spirit. As you can see, Esau's working, man. I mean, usually that wouldn't happen. I got some cool air blowing on the phone where it was positioned, but hey, it is what it is. Hey, Akiyam, you already know. Let me just check the comment board real quick, unless I lost every comment that was on there. Yeah, oh no, it's all there. Hey, Shalom, beloved Akiyam and Akwa. Hey, Yahweh Bashim Yal Shai Baraka Dam. To you, beloved Akiyam and Akwa. Let me see here. I'm a dip. I might have to read at least 2 of these precepts. Through the spirit, hey, the brother Isaiah and the other brother Kazak both put the same precept up. That's the spirit. I gotta read that. We'll get Isaiah. We'll at least get that. Let me see something real quick. And then we'll close out through the spirit and power Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. The book of Psalms, chapter 49 and verse 11. Both of the brothers put it up. That's the spirit. Kala Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, right? And that's in their pride. In their pride, they think they ain't gonna be moved. But contrary to popular belief, they're gonna be uh, literally they're gonna be what's Job tell us? Chased out of the world, man. Right? Continuing on, and their dwelling places. So let me read that from the top. Psalms 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names, and that's why it's going to be so beautiful. Okay, when the Lord visits this dude and removes him, it's going to be a bittersweet downfall for this dude. You know, because he's so proud. He thinks he's not going nowhere. He thinks he's got it. And the reality of how the Lord's going to do him, it's going to just, man, it's going to be known, all right? It's going to be known at that point, right? That our power liveth, man. Because this is what we've been prophesying, man. From the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone down, this is what we've been prophesying. We've been saying these things, man. So it's going to be a reality in the eon to come, all right, when Jacob is ruling, that our power liveth, man. This is, and when they see that power, they ain't going to have no choice but to believe, man. Because we're going to be running around here as gods, man. You know, they ain't going to have nothing to say. But needless to say, hey, Aki Amanakwa, hey, the water for tuning in, the water for your precepts, hey, Lord willing, you were edified and spiritually fed. Hey, may Yahweh Bashim Yahushai bless you and your family, man. Hey, stay prayed up. Fast as well as pray, as the elder apostle Rakah says, man. Keep your medicine strong. Fast as well as pray, man. Hey, Yahweh Shai is on his way. Hey, Shalom.